Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, success always slips away? Like the world is whispering, give up, it's not for you. But something inside you refuses to quit. This is the story of a boy who almost gave up until a single moment changed his life forever. Long ago, in a quiet village by the great river, there lived a boy named Kwame. He was 16 years old, tall and lean, with eyes that shone brighter than the evening stars. His father was a carpenter, a man who worked from sunrise to sunset in a small wooden shop, carving stools, fixing doors, building shelves. His hands were calloused, his clothes were plain, and the money he earned was just enough to put food on the family's table. Kwame was not the cleverest boy in school. When lessons were read aloud, his mind sometimes wandered to the fields or to the clouds. But though he was not the best in books, he had something else, something hidden deep within him. He had a spirit that refused to break. Every morning, while the village still slept, before the rooster crowed and before the sun stretched its arms across the treetops, Kwame would rise. He would lace his worn-out shoes, step quietly past his father's workshop, and run along the banks of the great river. Why did he run? Because he carried a dream to become a great runner, to be chosen for the district sports academy. If he could get in, he would train like the lions train before the hunt. If he could get in, he would make his father proud. And perhaps, one day, he would help his father's tiny shop grow into something grand. But listen, children. Dreams are not handed to you on a silver plate. No, dreams must be earned, and the road to them is filled with stones. For 2 years, Kwame ran in every village race. For 2 years, he gave his sweat, his breath, his strength. And for 2 years, he lost. Always second, always third, never first. The village boys mocked him. Kwame, Kwame, your legs are fast, but your fate is slow. Maybe running is not for you. But Kwame kept running, step by step, breath by breath, day after day. His feet pounded the earth, his heart echoed like a drum. Then came a morning of heavy rain. The skies were dark, the earth slippery, and the river was roaring. Still, Kwame ran. His feet splashed in the mud, his breath fogged in the cold air. And then, it happened. His foot slipped, his body crashed to the ground. His ankle twisted, his clothes stained with mud. He limped to a tree and sat beneath it, the rain dripping from his hair, mixing with the tears in his eyes. And for the first time, Kwame spoke words of defeat. He said, "Maybe they are right. Maybe I am not good enough. I've tried for so long, and yet I always lose. Perhaps my dream is foolish." At that very moment, an old farmer came walking along the path, guiding 2 cows. His back was bent, his beard was white, but his eyes carried the wisdom of many seasons. He stopped when he saw the boy crying. "Why are you crying, son of the river?" he asked gently. Kwame poured out his sorrow. He spoke of the races, of his failures, of his broken spirit. The farmer listened quietly. Then he pointed to a grove of bamboo that stood tall in the distance. "Do you see that bamboo, Kwame?" he asked. Kwame wiped his tears and nodded. "Do you know how long a bamboo seed sleeps beneath the soil before it rises?" Kwame shook his head. 5 years, the farmer said. For 5 years you water it, you care for it, and nothing happens. Nothing at all. But then, in just 1 season, it shoots up, taller than a man's house. Was it growing in 1 season? No, son. It was growing all along. Its roots were digging deep, strong, unshakable. Only then did it rise. He placed a hand on Kwame's shoulder. "You are like the bamboo. Your roots are growing. Do not stop now." Ah, children, those words were like fire in Kwame's chest. They lit him up from within. From that day, he no longer ran to prove the others wrong.
He ran to prove himself right. Through rain and shine, through heat and cold, Kwame ran. He watched the way great runners breathed, the way they held their stride, the way they carried their bodies like hunters in the wild. Slowly, step by step, his rhythm changed. His legs grew strong, his breath deep, his will unshakable. A year passed. Then came the day of the great race, the district inter-school competition. This was no village race, children. This was where the strongest runners gathered. Boys from the big city schools, tall and powerful, trained by coaches. The winner would be chosen for the district sports academy. The field was buzzing with noise. Drums beat, whistles blew, people shouted names. Kwame stood among the other runners, his heart calm, his eyes steady. The whistle blew, and the race began. The others burst forward like arrows from a bow. Dust rose behind them. But Kwame did not rush. He remembered the river, steady, constant, flowing strong. He kept his pace, step by step, breath by breath. Some runners passed him, but he did not panic. His legs burned, but he did not stop. He kept his rhythm. Then came the last 200 meters. Children, do you know what happened? His body remembered every morning, every drop of sweat, every cry of pain, every prayer whispered into the river's breeze. His legs became fire, his arms became wings. One by one, he passed the others. The crowd roared. His father, standing at the edge of the track, placed his hands over his mouth, tears streaming down his face. Kwame crossed the finish line, first. The village erupted in joy. His teacher shouted, his friends stared in disbelief. Kwame, the boy who had always lost, was now the champion. He was chosen for the sports academy. But more important than the medal, more important than the cheers, was what Kwame carried inside. He now believed in himself. Years later, Kwame returned to his village, strong and successful. He went to find the old farmer, and there, beneath the shade of a banyan tree, he saw him resting. Kwame knelt beside him and said, "Because of your words, I did not give up. You gave me hope when I was ready to quit. Thank you." The old farmer smiled gently. "No, son, I only gave you wisdom. But you chose to keep running. The strength was always within you." And so, children, remember this tale. Greatness is like bamboo. It hides, it waits, it builds its roots. Many give up too soon when the ground shows nothing. But those who keep watering their dream, those who stay patient, those who trust their roots, one day they will rise taller than they ever imagined. So when your path feels long, when your dream feels far, do not stop. Do not give up. Keep running your race, for your time will come.